This is Andy Purwell for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Eddie, I don't know where to start.
I just realised you're standing on that. I thought you are now 6'4", and I was thinking you look well, Andy, and then realised you're standing on a box or something.
You didn't need to tell people that. You could just tell people I'm 6'4". But Eddie, I don't know where to start. But we'll go with the fight. Obviously, a huge upset win for Sandor Martin against Mikey Garcia.
I can't believe it. I mean, look, I know Sandor Martin can fight, European champion, top 15, and when I offered him the fight, they've been so confident that they beat him. And I was arguing with people. Mike Coppinger was saying, "Oh, who's Sandor Martin?" I said, "Oh, you can fight," but Mikey just looked rusty and a bit lacklustre, no urgency. And I'm really pleased they gave Sandor the decision, because he did win the fight, and they could have not let him have his time, you know. And that, for Spanish boxing, is the biggest win in the history of the sport. I mean, unless I'm missing out, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 years ago, but show me a bigger win by a Spanish boxer. And fair play to him, came in and just completely tore up the script. Massive upset.
How much of a difference do you think Mikey's lack of activity for his past 18 months has made?
Massive. It's the same for everybody, you know, and that's why Fury Wilder was impressive in a way, because they were so inactive as well. And Mikey, it's not just the inactivity of 19 months, it's the inactivity probably of the last 4 or 5 years. It just takes its toll, and it was the urgency, the sharpness, the movement of Sandor. Again, we talk about people boxing well or people getting it wrong, but let's give Sandor the credit. He boxed really well, smart, stood and traded in spots as well, particularly in the last round, and he's a deserved winner.
Do we know you like to talk about rematch clauses? Yeah. Is there any form of a rematch clause?
There isn't. No title in that fight, no rematch clause. You'll be happy to know, well, not you, but people always say. It's just that rematch clause thing, like, it's quite standard when you give someone a voluntary opportunity or you're a huge name to have a rematch clause. You know, I go back to all the fights I've done against top American fighters, you know, Crolla against Lomachenko, Campbell against Lomachenko. They were mandatories, and it was insisted upon that Lomachenko had a rematch clause. Didn't moan about it, it comes with the territory. So this was just a non-title fight, no rematch clause, and just what a life changer for Sandor Martin.
Let's just quickly move through other things to touch on. Mark Castro, impressed with him first round stop?
Yeah, really good. I mean, Castro, anyone you talk to, he's like, what, 7-time national champion, 2-time amateur world champion, youth champion, sitting down on his punches. Obviously great reception tonight, looked really good. Big upset really as well in the world championship fight, Elwin Soto losing to Jonathan Gonzalez, who actually boxed really well. Bit frustrating at times, but boxed technically really well. Jesse Rodriguez is a great fighter. My God, Brock Jarvis against Rodriguez, I've never seen drama like that. I mean, you know, he probably lucky the ref didn't jump in on him in the second round. Then he battered Rodriguez for 3 rounds, come back into the fight. The ref jumped in a bit early, yeah, maybe, but he was taking a beating. Diego Pacheco looked great. A good win for Nikita Ababi. So yeah, good night, but obviously just capped by a massive upset. And Teofimo and Devin.
Let's come on to Teofimo and Devin. Eddie, you was right in the middle of it. What was your take on what actually happened?
Well, I was over there a little bit, and then I just saw sort of Devin go over, and then sort of heads come together a little bit, but just a heated conversation. And I went over, then Teo and his dad started having a little go at me, and I said, you know, after a while, just said, guys, like I said earlier, I had a meeting with Devin, and I said, I think we're going through all the fighters. It's clear that no one wants to fight Devin. So I said to Devin, I believe Teofimo will fight you. I think he thinks he can beat you. He said he won't fight me. I said, well, I disagree. I actually think he will. And then that started. And then I just said to the dad, like they were screaming and shouting, I said, listen, I'm just telling you, Devin will 100% take the fight. He said, well, we'll take the fight as well. I said, I believe you. I said, so let's just crack on. You know, we've got, looks like November 27th, Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos, Matchroom, DAZN. The week after, hopefully, Devin Haney, well, he'll be fighting, Jojo Diaz, December 4th, Mandalay Bay, MGM, wherever it is. Let's end this year with a massive bang and let's get those two together. Because if the other kings, or princes as they should be known, won't fight each other, I believe those two will. It is a massive fight. 2 undefeated, brilliant fighters from America. Let's make it happen. But they've got to come through their respective challenges, and let's get those fights announced this week, which we will, and then we move on.
Jojo Diaz, Devin Haney, how confident are you that the offer you've put out will be accepted?
Well, I mean, I know we get stick, but I just want people to just think about this situation. Jojo Diaz won a final eliminator for Devin Haney. He was mandatory, Okay, he went and chose to fight Ryan Garcia. Now, actually, it was for more money in the end than my original offer that I made him to fight Lopez-Haney. No problem. I understand that. Now, today, in writing, we made an offer of the same amount of money that he agreed to fight Ryan Garcia to fight Lopez-Haney. The Ryan Garcia fight's off. He's not going to fight till next summer. So it's the same amount of money. So the only reason you don't take that fight is because you don't believe you can beat Lopez-Haney, or your team don't. And Jojo's a fighting man. You know, he's a tough guy. He's got a lot of heart. He can't not. I mean, I don't want to put the sort of tease him with it, but you can't not take the fight. It's embarrassing. And I believe he will take the fight, and I think we'll have a tremendous fight in December. And look, if Tio and Devin can come through those fights, I believe Bob will allow that fight to happen, whether it's on DAZN, whether it's on ESPN. Let's just make it happen. Tio's a great character. His dad's hilarious. Devin's great. He's built this is what we need in boxing. And these are tremendous young fighters. So let's get them together.
And just a few other questions from me. Heavyweight division. I've seen if Anthony Joshua's out here. Is he getting up to much?
He's just been chilling, travelling around. Be out here, I think, another week, and then going to head back and start preparing. Really, he's already training again. He's supposed to be chilling out here, but I was with him this morning. He was training and starting to get his head switched on for the rematch.
What do you need to see from him in that rematch, Eddie?
You need to see aggression. You need to see ruthless instinct. You saw Usyk's face after the fight. It hardly landed on him. You know, he can do some serious damage, but Usyk's a brilliant fighter, and he's going to have to switch it up. But I think he's switched on to make the changes.
Just with that AJ Fury talk and what have you, I saw Bob Arum last week, and Bob said, and he said previously, but I know you've made good of a rematch clause with Usyk, but Bob said, why not AJ step aside so Fury Usyk could happen, and then AJ fight?
He's a champion. We'll step aside to let two guys fight who might not even fight him after that anyway. Oh, we'll have it in a contract. You don't know what's going to happen. That's probably why Wilder didn't step aside, because he thought, I just won't get the winner. So there's no stepping aside. AJ, all he wants to do is knock Usyk out, and that's what he's focused on.
Alan Babbage update?
His opponent just secured his opponent today. Good fight, and it'll be announced on Monday.
I've seen Eric Molina. Eric Molina?
Yeah, it's Eric Molina. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Good fight. Tough fight for Alan, and fair play to Eric Molina. He'll be on his way in 2 weeks today.
Maris Breedis, victory tonight. Yeah. Lawrence Okoli.
Love to make that. I think they just said, Calla said he's going to make us a significant offer. If it's significant, we'll do it. Absolutely no. He's desperate to unify and ready to take that fight.
Final one, Frank Warren's offer for Ben Avanesian.
Yeah, I said the other day, I think Avanesian is an elite, world-class welterweight. Conor, sent that. Look, the money was probably a third of what it should be. But regardless of that, even if it was a great offer, I think Conor needs another fight before that fight. I think Avanesian is a world-class welterweight. I put him in the league of maybe not Virgil Ortiz or Boots Ennis, but top level. And I think Conor needs a fight in between that, because it's a really tough fight. It's a 50-50 fight. And I think Conor's a massive star, and he's still learning. So yes, we could look at that fight next year, but I think he needs another fight in between. Just being honest.
No, you caught up with Canelo. How's he doing?
He's doing great. Looking tremendous. Done all his work. Then went and played golf. And then he's really super chilled. Looking forward to November 6th.
Final one, Eddie, and I'm keeping you late now. Motivate everyone.
Motivate everyone. Just be happy. Keep smiling. Don't listen to negativity. That's been my mantra this week. Is just switch off from that. You feel what you receive, if that makes sense. Probably it's a load of bollocks, but negativity from you only comes from what you put inside you, right? When you're around positive people, and again, this sounds really cheesy, but being around AJ, being around Canelo this week is an energy of positivity, right? And it makes me feel so good. The only time you will feel shit in your life is when you're absorbed by negativity, right? So block it out. You don't need that in your life. So just be positive, think positive, be around good people with good energy, and just keep smiling and work as hard as you can. And on that note, I'm flying to LA. See you later, people.
Cheers, Eddie.